Hey everybody, how's it going? So today they added guild raid bosses to the game, and we kind of knew that this feature was coming. I honestly didn't think I would enjoy it, but it turns out that I actually enjoy this a lot. What ends up happening is that this is almost a combination of raid bosses and like selection quests at the same time. I know a lot of people have been clamoring for a way to use all these units that we've been pulling all the time, uh, a way to be forced to use those units. And I think this has been a pretty good show of that. Uh, I think back to a Cabbage video where he said Gumi wanted to make sure everybody was ready and had teams to be able to play this kind of content because you pretty much need to have a mono element team for each element essentially to be able to do to be able to do well on this content. Let's just put it that way. So I actually enjoy this a lot, and I like playing this on manual and with the with the initial formation on, because I think the fact that it's only 3 tries makes it way better than the regular raid, because you don't have to like grind at it all day. All you have to do is do your 3 battles and you're done. And so I think it's also going to be better than the guild battle, because the guild battle is kind of like a daily thing. And I think this is going to be sort of, you know, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever it's going to be. So you don't have to be like constantly like logging in and make sure you're doing it all the time. So I think that's going to be really good. So, all right, let's take a look at the team. And this team is the most basic team I can make. 3 of the units are quote unquote free to play. I know Moraga is kind of hard to get, but he is kind of just available if you can get him. Kitone is in the guild shop, I think, or in the friend shop. So you're able to build her up over time. That's pretty much how I built mine, just getting the shards out of the guild shop. And then Mont, he's the free unit that we all get. His Mind Spheres and his shards cost Gil, so he should be pretty easy to build. Um, and then other than that, I kind of didn't really know what else to use as Slash, so I kind of threw in Lilith. She has Paladin Subjob, and Luel has the Rune Knight. In terms of VCs, I have the Twin-Headed Dragon, which is damage limit up. I have Earth Eater on that second card. I have the slash attack up. Then I tried to do the damage up on Ketone. Not sure if that actually worked. So let's just kind of get into this video and see how I did here. Sort of my plan is just to chain as much as possible. One thing that I did with the initial placement was just to put everyone as close as possible. I like having Mont in that spot because he can speed break on the first turn. Not sure if that really was all that helpful, but it's kind of might be more helpful later on when it gets harder on the higher rounds. Um, Basically just buffing up the first turn. I tried this out in the trial beforehand so that I kind of knew that that would have been helpful. Maybe this Ramu was kind of dying because it's really hard to coordinate with the guild, but I probably didn't really need to be buffing so much on the first turn. Basically, I'm here. I just did Dream Within a Dream on Ketone. I also have Dream Within a Dream on Moraga because he has Ninja. My plan is just to chain as much as possible. Moraga didn't really get in that close, but if this was a longer battle, I think he probably would have been more effective with that Dream Within a Dream. But that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm just using my skills, Dream Within a Dream, to start the chain back up. And that's pretty much it. Since this Ramu wasn't really full life, I didn't really get to do that much damage, but hopefully we can see more damage in this next one. Alright, so this one is actually my Diablos raid. Okay, so I paused it in time. This one I have 3 limited units. Sorry about that, but what I tried to do is just bring a lot of chainers. El Sorel has Drain Rush. Cecil has Shining Double. Elena has a 4-hit Gemini Blade, which is really good. And then I brought Mario and Warrior of Light They don't really do anything special. They just have slash attacks that are light based. With the vision cards, probably the biggest change was that it changed to Black Witch of the Battlefield, and I have the Chocobo. I know it's limited. Mine is like 1 star, so it's not even that good in the first place. But that gives the whole team light attack up, so I figured why not throw it on there. And what I did on this initial placement was I put Elena, because she starts with a lot of AP, right next to Diablos, and I put El Sorel, I think, yeah, El Sorel, just because if she's closer, she can do the chains a little bit faster. So basically the same thing. I don't really have a speed break or anything, so I just get into the chaining, Holy Knight's Cheer, and move everyone up. And here's one key thing. I should have put El Sorel sort of on the south side, let's just say, of Diablos, and you'll see why in a second. The reason I didn't was because I sort of wanted everyone to have their own tile to stand on, because in the Rama one, everybody was sort of crowded, and I just kind of wanted to do that. But I'm kind of trying to do my best here to close the gap. I used Cecil's AoE attack there, and here's where we have the problem, where Diablos just kind of moves down, and so I wish I would have just trapped them up, and this basically cost me a lot of attacks because I wasn't able to. The height difference was just so big, I wasn't even able to do anything aside from 1 attack with Warrior of Light and 1 attack with Cecil. So that pretty much cost me the match. The match before this, I basically did the Diablos twice in a row because I finished them off in the first run, and then the whole round reset, and I just went back into Diablos with the same team. So that's pretty much all I did. And that's pretty much it for this clip. There's nothing really interesting gonna happen after all that stuff happened. Alright, so let's go into the next clip. And this is gonna be my fire team. Basically, fire is my best element on my account. So you guys might have seen my raid videos, but so kind of the deal here is I have triple trick on Lilith. I should have had Dream Within and Dream Armont, but I think I forgot to put them on Ninja. And I think the only difference here, there really is no other difference. I have Queen of the Black Battlefield VC, so that should be good. Yeah, and Delete is my limited unit. That's kind of where my fire team started, so I used Delita. Sorry about that, guys. But Rain, Lilith is an MR, Seymour's an MR, so pretty decently easy team to build here. When I did the trial, I had Rain up front because he's kind of slow and his move is probably the lowest. But I just kind of decided to put Lilith up there because she has Trinity Break, and I wanted to lower the Iceberg speed. I was gonna say his. I don't really know if it's a boy or a girl. So basically, this is pretty much gonna be a one-shot for me. It's gonna start off with me doing Claws of the Young Lion King with Mont, and then following up with Trinity Break on Lilith. Trinity Break actually has some range, so that's actually pretty good. And pretty much from there, I'm just doing whatever hit I can do, making sure to get as close to the damage cap as possible. Pretty much it. I wanted to see if Rain could actually do his limit burst from there, but he couldn't, so that kind of actually messed up my slash team. Didn't really end up mattering, because I didn't think this boss battle was that hard. I pretty much just kept wailing on him, triple trick at this point, build that chain back up, and then I think Hien on Seymour. The Iceberg goes, I start the chain again with Rain, and I lower the fire resistance. So that's pretty much it on that. Overall, I think this was actually pretty fun. This is probably my favorite one because I got to one-shot the whole thing. But I think as we go up in rounds, it's going to be a lot more fun, and the coordinating damage is going to make more of a difference. Really, the only thing I don't like about this is I'm sort of in a guild where not a lot of people pay attention to what's going on. So Some of them autoed, some of them just kind of did whatever with whatever team. I think some of them only attacked once. So I think that's gonna be my pain point for this. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. It's a lot like it's basically the best part of the raid, except you don't have to grind it out. You only have to do this, well, technically 3 times a day, but it's really not that bad. And I'm glad that they added this content, and I'm glad they're sort of thinking of different ways to do a similar type of battle, but in a different way where it's actually pretty fun and you can be strategic and everything and sort of make use of all the units that you have. So that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.